What's going on, everyone? My name is Colin Rocker, and today we're going to be talking about everything as it relates to consulting internships. I'm going to go over it all, including what these internships are like, how to find them, how to apply for them, how to interview for them, and then what to do once you get it and afterwards. Now, when I say a consulting internship, I'm talking about the standard 6, 8, or 10-week internship program that most big consultancies offer, like the Big Four, or a more strategic management-focused consultancy like an MBB. That's McKinsey, Bain, Boston Consulting Group. Now, in addition to these more traditional internships, there are also things like leadership development programs and seminars that you can take, which I would recommend, but only if you don't get this internship first. Having actual client services experience on your resume is crucial when you're going for full-time roles, and so I would highly recommend that you apply for the full internship. But if you don't get it, or maybe you're too young, if you're like on it in your first year and you're trying to get an internship early, one of these other programs will probably be perfect for you. Typically, these internships are offered to students in between their third and fourth year of college, but there are programs now targeted towards younger students in between their second and third year, or even after your first year of college. Now, in terms of where you find these internships, you can literally Google consulting internships. Like, take your laptop out and just Google any consulting firm like Deloitte or McKinsey, and then internship, and you should be able to find the listing pretty easily. Other places these internships are listed are job boards like LinkedIn, and you also want to be plugged into on-campus resources as well. What I mean by that is a lot of clubs and other student organizations, if you're in college, will host private networking events with these companies where they talk about the internship opportunities that they have. And so if your college has a student consulting group or something similar, reach out to them, join that club, and then get invited somehow, some way to these closed off sessions. This is one of the best ways to get an internship and something I did all the time in school. Now, when it comes to your actual application, I can do a lot more videos on how to structure your resume and cover letter, but basically you want to make sure that each of these documents is properly reflecting the information you see on the job description onto the resume and cover letter. What I mean by that is if they're looking for someone who's an entrepreneurial self-starter, you need to be putting in exact anecdotes and experiences on your resume and cover letter that speak to that. Again, there's a lot more we can go over here, but I would highly recommend you Google good resume templates for consulting internships and start there, and then I'll be releasing a template at some point. Honestly, I've been trying to do that for a while. I will get to it, I promise. But it'll be later. Now, if your application is nice and you're invited to interview, there are two really main types of consulting interviews. There's fit and there's function. Fit interviews, commonly called behavioral style interviews, are done to make sure that you will be a good culture fit within the organization. They'll also quiz you on certain parts of your resume just to make sure you're an actual person. Come to these interviews with a positive, upbeat attitude and be prepared to talk about your experiences and why you'd be a good fit for the firm. In my experience, it's always helpful to engage people that currently work there, used to work there in the past, that are similar in age to you, that can sort of give you the lowdown in terms of what they're looking for. Each firm is a little bit different, and what they're looking for won't always be shared with you. And so getting that good intel behind the scenes by talking to alumni of that firm is super, super valuable. A case interview is an open-ended style of business case where you'll be given a prompt, either verbal or written, and you'll have to sort of logically walk through how you would approach that situation if you were a consultant. These can be incredibly challenging, especially if you are not prepared. Number one tip I have for you is to practice, practice, practice. There are different types of case interviews, including market sizing or more general brain teaser type of questions, and you need to be comfortable with all the different types of frameworks and approaches that you could take to solving these problems. If you're interested in a case interview walkthrough or some more information about how to nail this very challenging part of the interview process, stay tuned and be sure you follow my channel for more information. Once you get the actual internship, make sure you are not late on the first day or honestly at any point throughout the entire internship. Make sure you know the route and you know how to get there and you show up, I would say 10 to 20 minutes early, especially on your first day. There's going to be a lot of paperwork. You also want to show value early on, and the easiest way to do this is with your effort that you're putting in and day out. When I was an intern, I got there early and I stayed late as often as I could, and I was constantly asking for more work to show that I could do much more than what they ask you to do during an internship. At the end of the day, yes, you're going to be on the client side and you're going to be given real work, but no one is really going to trust an intern to do something really big unless they ask for it and they're showing some level of aptitude around their ability to actually get the job done. So look for and seek out opportunities to go beyond your role as an intern, and it'll display to the people you're working with that you'd be a good fit for the team. After your internship, you always want to send a thank you note to everyone you worked with, if for no other reason than to make sure that your personal email now has all of these business contacts in it. You want to stay connected with these people, especially if you don't end up getting that full-time offer. Stay engaged throughout the year, and then when the summer rolls around, they may have another internship for you or keep you up to date on other full-time opportunities if you're in your last year of college. Okay, so that's a super quick, just brief overview on what a consulting internship is, how to get one, and what you should do once you're on the job. If you want more tips and tricks on how to be a good consultant, especially on how to be a good consultant intern, follow this channel. I'm going to be posting here a lot more frequently, and you don't want to miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.